Emohua in Rivers State was the place picked to site an isolation center long before the news of the Ebola-related death there was broken to the public. This news did not go down well with the people of the community, who had earlier staged a protest, but were eventually persuaded to accept the decision.
I've accepted the quarantine center to be erected here, and the Commissioner of Health in Rivers State has promised us with immediate effect to rebuild our primary health center, which is very, very important to the community. And that was why, because when this was happening, he didn't follow the due process.
For the Rivers State Governor, Chibuike Amechi, there's no reason to panic, as the state, according to him, is prepared to take charge of the situation.
We have the material and human resources we need to fight and defeat the deadly virus. Officials from the Federal Ministry of Health and other international agencies are already here working with the State Ministry of Health to contain and combat the virus.
Medical laboratory scientists come in contact with samples of all sorts, and this is what prompted the chairman of the association in Osogbo, Osun State, to sound a note of warning and sue for caution among members.
In the prevailing circumstance, health workers have been identified as being at greater risk of contracting the Ebola virus, as they are the ones daily taking care of the patient already affected by the disease.
In this meeting with journalists, the chairman of the Trade Union Congress in Kwara State speaks of the union's efforts to enlighten the public by distributing pamphlets among its members and the general public. He believes that the awareness campaign should be intensified by state and federal governments.
This is what we printed, and we are seeing it as a support to assist at containing the spread of Ebola virus.
The drive to create awareness continues in Jos, the Plateau State capital. This time, the members of the Pharmaceutical Council in the state cautioned journalists.
For now, please, for now, let us stop eating bushmeat, even though Chairman. Let us avoid that for now. Since we are not too sure the dynamism of this disease, once it is contained, we can go back to them. In fact, we are eating areas.
Later, the professor gives his reason for organizing the program.
I can tell you with every authority that people open radios during this time to listen to the statistics of those that were infected, and if possible, ways of changing or curbing it. And this can only be done if journalists are involved. And I believe that we have a very wide outreach from the print, from the electronics. So every direction you are there. So there's every need to look at journalists as the pivotal source of information to the public.
He also believes that everyone should be schooled in basic principles of hygiene, like washing of hands. Now, in the words of the Minister of Health, it's not yet time to throw congratulatory parties, especially in the light of new information of contacts in Rivers State, but a time for heightened vigilance and caution. Mary Alale Yusuf, Channels Television News.